And also being black, there's always challenges everywhere. Because even in the workforce, at one time, I was facing through this Filipino guy who was trying to be racist to me. But
Hi guys, welcome back to Beyond the Shift. I'm Eric. Today I have a special guest. This guest, me and him will go way back, way back. He's my boy. We're gonna jump into his challenges, the things that he faced, the stories, where everything began for him. But without saying too much, he's gonna take us there. My guy, welcome to the channel, brother.
thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it.
Charlie.
Appreciate it, man. Like you said, we've known each other for a while now, man. If I look back, I got an old picture of me, Logar, and Chocolate.
Okay, wait. Before you go back here, introduce yourself.
So a lot of people call me Uncle Papy, pretty much. I got that name from my dad because my dad is called Papy. So people think I look like my dad. So they gave me the name Papy just to sort of like represent my dad in so many ways. So that's why they call me Papy Jr. So people ask me, what's your government name? My government name is Rodney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take me back to where everything started for you, like from Ghana, Australia. Tell me something little bit about Ghana, because I know you came here when you were young. So anything you can tell us about before you made the big move?
The big move came from Pop because my dad was here for a minute. My dad left Ghana in 2000. I was still a young boy at that time. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old. But when Dad moved in 2000, when he came to Australia, things were hard, Even though he was able to put us in a good situation at the time. Mom had a supermarket, things were all right, but it was a bit tough at some point because he was just trying to get on his feet, to come to Australia, it's not that easy. And even if you're here, you have to put things into place, otherwise the life will be struggle for you. So that did well, but coming to Australia was it was very, very big challenging for me because cultural difference. I remember when I first came here, my first time I was having a conversation with my dad, I was so pissed off because I didn't have no friends. And I told my dad I want to go back to Ghana because I had no friends. Every school vacations, school holidays, I'll be at home by myself. It was lonely. I was alone for the longest time. So it was very, very challenging for me because my parents would go out weekends, especially my dad and my uncle, they would go out, but I would have to stay home. So in terms of Ghana, I grew up in Ghana a bit. I left Ghana when I was 15 years old. And when I was in Ghana, it was nice. You play with your friends from school. You get to do what you gotta do. But when I got the opportunity to come to Australia, it was big. I remember I didn't go to school for 2 weeks because Dad wanted me to stay home and, he didn't want me to go out for people to notice I'm about to travel. When you're a kid, you go to school and you might tell your friends, oh man, I'm about to travel. So Dad didn't want me to do that. I didn't see any of my friends for a long time and I didn't know how to get in contact with them. So it was very, very challenging for me when I first came to Australia because I thought maybe, now I'm in Australia, I could find them on Facebook. None. But once I got into the system and the rhythm in Australia, I went to school, I met you. I met a few of the boys, At some point I thought I was Sierra Leonean because I was hanging out with Sierra Leoneans a lot. I knew some Ghanaians, but it wasn't much. Every time I was with Sierra Leoneans all the time. I grew up around a lot of Sierra Leoneans, which, made me and you became a good friends over the years. We've known each other for 10 years plus. But by God's grace, I'm here. Life is good right now. So I'm in a good situation, I'm in a good spot at the moment. Yeah, I would say.
Hectic, hectic.
Yeah, bro.
Wow. You talk about the Australian community, you navigate yourself here. So now let's jump into the school system. I know we all came from Africa, yeah? What we started there and here is
totally
different. For you, how did you navigate yourself through the school system? You find it easier or harder?
It was hard. It was very hard. I think at some point I repeated, I stayed in IEC for a long time, longer than I expected because I couldn't get my hands onto some of the education system in Australia at the time. So it was very, very hard for me. I was struggling with reading at the time, spelling at the time. But as time goes on, I was able to pick it up because Dad had a friend who used to help me read at the time before I go to bed. And I didn't like reading in public. I will always, stutter in mixed words and jump words and shit like that. But it was it was all preparing me to be something better or someone better growing up. And after I finished IEC, I had to go back to year 9 instead of year 10. At that time, a friend of mine, who you know as well, Gustav, went to year 10 and I went to year 9. So I was a big cut, you know. So when Gustav went to year 10 and I went to year 9, I'm like, damn, we just finished the same, you know. So, but I guess he was a bit ahead of me in terms of picking it up, how the education system goes. So I went to year 9. I started year 9 in Marrickville High, and then I moved to Arthur Phillip. That's where I finished. I went to Arthur Phillip year 10, 11, and 12, then I finished it off. But it was very hard at first, but I picked it up as time goes on.
What made you move to Arthur Phillips?
I moved there because Pop, at that time I was staying with a family member in Dawicho.
Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah, so I was staying with a family member in Dawicho, so it was more easier to go from Marrickville. But then as time goes on, I wanted to go live with Pop. So Pop was like, you know what, then if you're gonna live with me, then you have to transfer. So I transferred to Arthur Phillip. And I heard a lot about Arthur Phillip, so I wanted to go there because there was a lot of black people at the time. You know, I got to meet other people when I went to Arthur Phillip. So, you know, I went to Arthur Phillip and I finished year 12 in Arthur Phillip.
How was Arthur Phillips for you? Like, from Marrickville is a mixed school. So was Arthur Phillips a mixed school?
Yeah, it was a mixed school.
Mixed school, yeah. So how was it for you there as well?
It was nice. I've never been. When I was in the IEC, there was one thing that I wanted to go to boys' school.
Wait, yeah. For us that grew up in Australia, we know what's IEC, yeah. But for the people that are out there, like, who don't know, like, What do you mean by IEC?
IEC was it's a school that you go to build up your English. I think it's called
Intensive
English Center. So that's where people go to build up your English, not just English, like maths, science, you know, chemistry and all that. They teach you the basic stuff as to how you can get into high school. IEC was where I went to sort of like get my start to move on to high school. So coming to your question, going to Arthur Phillip was very good. Mid school is very, very multicultural. There was about 60 countries or 60 ethnicity in that school at that point when I was there at the time. So it was very, very multicultural, but it was good. It was good to be in a mix of, you know, multicultural school like that. And I got to meet other people. I got to, you know, create new friends there as well, which helped. You know, I got to know the likes of Lahai, Omar, Usman, and a few other Sierra Leoneans like Dennis Momo. I got to meet him as well. That's how we met. So
before we move to a different part there, the school system, everything. I know you spoke about challenges, like, you know. Okay, I want you to advise someone like who is trying to do the same to like navigate to come to Australia.
The advice I would give to people is, if you're trying to come here, try and make sure your school grades are up to scratch. Because if your school grades are not up to the standard of Australia, you have to repeat back. And not just repeating back, your age will be going, because those people that I'm older than them till now, and they finished high school before me. You know what I mean? So you need to get your stuff up to the level that you need to be. Not just coming first in your classroom, but making sure that you understand whatever that you've been taught back home, which is whichever country you come from, whether it's in Ghana, whether it's Sierra Leone or Liberia or where, you have to be up to, you know, the Australian standard. So I would advise and encourage people to sort of like get everything up to scratch, know how to read, know how to spell, know how to, you know, not just reading and speaking English. You could speak, but what about if you can't write? You have to know how to write. You know, your grammar have to be good. You know, so yeah, that's the kind of advice I'll give to people if we're to come to Australia, for instance, to do or study or anything, or live here, for instance. So yeah, that's the kind of advice I'll give to the people out there if you're watching. And I hope you're watching as well. So
of course they're watching.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'll give to people.
So now, let's navigate after high school. You jump into the workforce. How was that for you?
Ooh. Man, I was working when I was in high school. You know, I was working. My first job was at office work in Parramatta on Church Street. I've been working since I was in high school. So finishing school and coming into the workforce, I would say it was hard. It was a bit easy because I knew what to do, how to go about it. You know, I had a great dad who was able to navigate me to learn how to save, learn how to be better with money in terms of, you know, working and, you know, making sure that you're good in that sense. Pop always, speak knowledge to me about the work, what you do today, 10 years time, you can't do it because you're getting older. So there's certain things that you think you're strong, you can do now, you can't do now. And it's true. Sometimes I look back and, sometimes our parents, when they talk, you think they're talking too much. So sometimes now that I'm old now, I look back and I'm like, damn, Pop was right. You know what I mean? So coming to the workforce was a bit easier because I started earlier. So it gave me the agency to the eager to, to work. And I always love working. So
I know, okay, you said because of you started working when you were in school, yeah? It's kind of easy for you. But even though there might be challenges you face, so what about any challenges you faced there?
Oh, I did face challenges. Obviously, you being a black person, there's always challenges in everything you go. My first job, I don't think I would have gotten that job if it wasn't for my dad's friend that, Pop knew somebody who was a manager at office work. At that time, I don't think they would not hire me at that time, so that's a challenge right there, So, and also being black, there's always challenges everywhere because even in the workforce, at one time, I was facing through this Filipino guy who was trying to be racist to me, but me not knowing much, I just didn't take it too hot. I just let it slide because what are you gonna do? I'm here to work. So, the challenges is there. For me, I think I didn't know too much, so I didn't pay attention to it as much. But now that I'm a bit older, the challenges is always there, Even with the job that I do now, I have the experience, but sometimes they need more experience. Nice, and also you being black, it's hard to get certain jobs, Obviously, you might say, oh, truck driver, you should be able to get a job. Yeah, you will get the job, but sometimes they'll pick someone over you. There's always challenges in everywhere you go, People not believing in you, that you can do the job just because you're black. Also, just because, you don't have the experience or you're not up to their standard. It's always a challenge, So I also don't let it bother me as much because if I let it bother me, I want to work and go home, and I don't want to bring what happened to work to my outside life. And I always like to talk about it, I always like to talk about whatever happened with me at work.
So what's that one good thing you take out of office works? Oh, because office works it's that job that opened the pathway for everything for you. So what's the benefits from office works? What did you get from it?
Customer service, because it's customer service based kind of job. So there was a guy that when I started office work, we used to be in the same department. So that guy told me a lot about customer service, how to relate to customers, how to make customers. Some people come to the office. Some people come to office work having a bad day. How to make a customer smile. Having good relationship with customers.
So how will you make a customer smile?
Oh, I mean, look. It's the approach. Good morning, how are you? How's your day going? Sometimes people come to office work not to buy stuff, but it's how you approach them and how you start a conversation with them can make them buy something by the time they leave. So he told me that, and he was, look, always start with, hey, how are you? How's your day going? Asking someone how your day went always starts a conversation because, oh, how's your day? Oh, my day was good. They sort of like open up a little bit. Even though you're a stranger, they'll open up a little bit to you to sort of like, oh yeah, my day's been good here too today. It's been quiet. It's been going up and down. You could tell them about office work and how things are going within the company, and they'll be okay. And that's when you can ask, are they looking for anything in particular that they want to buy or anything they have in mind? That's where you could get the ideas from them, and they could share that to you so that you could help them at the end. So customer service was a thing when I started. The good thing I took helping customers. So office work.
Because I got a story even bit, yeah. Because when I finished high school, so I was working at Kmart.
So I remember that.
Yeah, Kmart, office works, it's all the same customer service thing. Yeah. But the funny thing though, when I started at Kmart, just the same thing, you're new in the workforce, but there's certain things, when they ask you, you were like, you don't understand the accent. There was one time a Chinese couple came, bro, they couldn't speak English. So the only thing they have, they have this, how do you call it? To translate everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's also like a dictionary.
Yeah.
When I was in school,
they used to have it. Yeah.
They'll type it and then it translates for them.
Yeah, so like I walk up to them, I was like, hello, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. So I'm waiting now. They're like, oh. Like, I just saw the guy talk, like, I was like, what's going on here? So then I was waiting, he finished. Then the thing, the thing, I was like, oh, okay. But the translate thing, yeah, cause I knew the police boys were using it in school.
In school, yeah.
But I didn't know like these people use it.
The older
like,
generations use it as well, yeah.
So it was like, I was like, oh, okay. So now every time I'm working like Kmart, I always prepare myself now.
Yeah.
So whenever I have these Asian people
come around,
this is what I'm gonna be expecting.
Yeah.
Nah, it's good, man. Like that's one thing I love about this country, yeah. Like they make us prepare for like outside one.
Of course.
Go there, yeah, it's good, man.
Definitely, definitely.
So now, you've been a truck driver, but what makes you being a truck driver?
Bro, being a truck driver, it started, Pop is a truck driver, right? Pop has been driving trucks for about 20 years plus now. So one time I was at home and then Pop is like, if you're not gonna do anything after school with your life, why don't you go jump into trucks? And I'm like, that's actually a good thing. I'm like, Pop. So as soon as Pop said that, first thing that came to my mind, Papa has used truck to bring me to Australia, has used truck to build a house, has used truck to, to take care of the family. Why don't I do the same? Father and son in the truck industry, So when Pop told me, I had only $1,000 on me at the time. I booked the driving test and then I went to get my truck license. Within a week, I got a job offer from Hanson, concrete trucks. Man, it was like bang, bang, bang. Within a period of like 2 weeks, everything just happened for me. So Pop was the one that encouraged me to, jump into the truck industry, and also when I thought about it, he made money from it as well. If he didn't make money, I don't think he would still be doing it. So yeah, he showed me the road, and they say follow who knows road. So follow who knows road. So Pop knows the road, and being a truck driver it's amazing. I love it. I mean, I used to go to Brisbane, go to Gold Coast. It's about 9.5 hours up and down. I'll go sleep in my truck, then I swapped, I started doing Sydney to Melbourne. I wanted to do go from places to places. I didn't want to stay in one place. But as time goes on, I decided to stop the interstate because last year I nearly lost my life. I was sleeping while I was driving the truck to Melbourne. So I'm like, you know what? I'm looking for money, but I don't want to kill myself for this. So I decided to just do something local. So yeah, I cut the interstate job down and I'm just doing local. But being in the truck industry is very nice. So guys, if you want to get into the truck industry, please do. There's money to be made.
There's money to be made.
Yeah.
Well, how did you prepare your mind? Because it comes with the challenges as well, yeah?
It does.
But for you, yeah, how did you prepare your mind? Like, it's okay, today I'm going to be doing like maybe 9 hours or blah, 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 yeah? So for you, how did you prepare yourself for like
those? Okay, that's a good question. I think what prepares me is mostly the money though. The money is always the main focus, so it's like I'm money driven.
I like money.
And I have goals and things that I want to achieve. So sometimes I feel like I don't want to go to work today because sometimes I'll come back from a drive, I can't sleep. Then I gotta get up and go back that same night. So it was the stuff that I want to achieve in my life, my personal life, not just truck driving. I want to build a house. I want to do something back home. I want to save. I want to have money. I want to be able to travel. Those kind of things gave me the drive to be able to go in every day in and day out. So it actually helped me. And those things helped me to achieve that.
So apart from the time you say you were sleeping, you're driving, yeah? Like, is any other thing else like makes you think twice about the job?
Nah. Sometimes there's challenges. Sometimes.
Like what challenges?
So with my new job now, since I've been there, I've been damaging the truck since I've been there, right? So it's a big challenge for me because you're new. It's a new truck. They've trusted you to drive the truck, and with time, you keep damaging the truck, and they keep repairing it. And truck damage is not cheap. They're like in the 2000s and, $2K and above. So that is challenging for me because I'm like, damn, why am I keep doing this? It's like, I'm not doing it on purpose, but it's happening to me. It's like, that's a big challenge. And being new to a job, if you're not lucky, you might get sacked.
Yeah.
You know, they might let you go. So it's a big challenge. Every time I go to work, I pray and hope that nothing happens.
So how are you gonna fix that one now?
Fixing that is just being more careful and more aware of what I do. You know, sometimes it's because we're going up and down within the trucks, because the kind of truck that I drive, you have to hook up. So it's always, you know, you're moving the trailers, you're taking the trailers, you're splitting them, and sometimes you've got a plan in your head how you're gonna do it, but sometimes it might not operate like that for you whilst you're doing it. And you know, it's just for me to be more careful and more aware of what I'm doing and more taking my time, you know, because I'm not in a rush to.
I want to ask you something, yeah? You know those people, like people back home, yeah? The ones that they drive the same thing you drive here.
Yeah, the truck, yeah.
They go the countryside.
Countryside, yeah.
Do you think with their experience also they can drive in Australia?
They can, definitely.
So what do these people have to go like?
Oh, to be honest, I mean, driving a truck is easy. Reversing a truck, if they are doing it back home, right? Because with the truck, if I'm turning left, the trailer is going right. It doesn't go the same way as normal car. If you're turning the steering wheel to the left, the trailer is going right. And if you're turning the steering wheel to the right, it's going left. So you have to always be aware of where you're going, where your trailer is gonna go. And they're doing it. So they can just do it. It's just a matter of them knowing the rules and the regulations and the system and how Australia operates. I can testify that a lot of African countries barely have a system where governs truck industry, because here the load you take has to be written down, it has to be measured. You know, if you put more than what you're supposed to take, you can get a fine. Here, there's a system. It's all about the system they put in place for truck drivers, not just for the trucks, but for your own safety. Because here, I have a logbook. If I'm doing more than 100 kilometers, I need to fill a logbook. What time I started, how long I'm gonna take my break, and how long I'm gonna drive for. Each truck driver had 12-hour period to drive. If there's a certificate that you can also get that will give you extra 2 hours to drive. It's called BMF. But on a normal day, you're allowed to drive 12 hours. But within that 12 hours, you need to take your break. So everything is written down.
So how many breaks do you need to take?
It depends where I'm traveling to. Sometimes I'll be going to Newcastle. Newcastle, I have to fill a logbook, which is a daily logbook for truck drivers. So in case of the RMS pull me over, they will be able to check, okay, Rodney started at 5 a.m. and he drove for 3 hours and took a break for half an hour. And then you're gonna drive another 3 hours to come back. So all this is put in place to help you to getting home safe. Back home, there's nothing like that. But in terms of the driving, they can do it easy.
So let me say, yeah. So if someone want to drive from Accra to Kumasi, so how long do you think they can?
That drive is actually, if the road was good, it's like going from Sydney to Canberra. It would take at least about a good 4 hours to get from Kumasi to Accra or Accra to Kumasi. But because the road is not that good, and for your own safety, I would prefer to take a bit longer. If it's extra half an hour longer, it's okay, you know. But I would say 3 to 4 hours should be the maximum journey time to get to each destination. But hey, other people are driving Formula Ones, you know. So yeah.
So now, yeah, I know you already touched on all the safety, yeah. But I want you to advise someone back home or whatever. Because on YouTube, I normally watch there's a documentary, I normally watch Dangerous Road or something. Yeah. But what I see people do, yeah, bro, it's crazy.
It is.
But for you now, yeah, here, I know people who are watching now, they might say, oh man, you guys have the roads are all easy, blah, 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 yeah. So, but for you to advise or to give your own knowledge, what would you say, what your advice would be to someone out there?
Try and go back to your family. That's the main focus. As a driver, not just as a truck driver, all right? If I jump in the car right now and I'm going home, my whole point is to get home to my family. I have family, I have mom and dad. I have siblings that look up to me. So I need to get home to them. So you just have to be more aware of what you do and how you drive. I mean, there's time for everything. There's places where you need to speed, you speed. If you don't have to speed, you don't have to speed. There was a wise man that told me this one time. It's like, no matter how fast you will go, you will come to a traffic stop. Right now, if you jump on the road and you're going home, I'm going home right now. If I'm doing 80, at some point I'll get to a traffic score. It's gonna stop me. I have to stop. Yeah. The speed, whatever traveling I'm doing, I have to stop. So just be aware of what you should do. Being safe is the main focus, I would say. Just being safe and just thinking about your family, because if you get into a car accident, you're not just gone, but you're leaving pain behind, you know? You're leaving family behind who's gonna cry, miss you, who's gonna grieve for a long time, because you mean that much to them. So, yeah.
That's legit. Guys,
yeah,
please slow down, be safe.
Be safe, you know, is the main thing.
So now, talk to me about where did this MC thing start?
Came from?
Yeah, where?
The MC thing came when I remember my first MC, I wasn't even paid. My first MC gig was Q, my homeboy Q, his birthday in Parramatta. So, Wood Park, I remember. And OVO was the DJ at the time, and I was the MC. And I think I love being an MC because I just like to talk. You know, I like to just entertain people. I like to make people laugh. I like to, you know, get people on their feet, people going. I started getting gigs from MCing when my homeboys, Charlie and Robert, they came up with Freaky Sunday. And they used to let me MC there, you know, from time to time. And then as time goes on, you get people to book you here and there to MC for them for their event. It's just something that I love to do, honestly speaking. Right now, being MC is not really about the money for me. If someone asks me to be an MC, I don't really focus on the money. I charge very, very low with MCing. I just love to do what I do when I'm on stage.
Is it like you're trying to show the other side of you?
Yeah, that's the other side of me. To be honest, lately I don't go out anymore. It's just work home. But yeah, MC is the other side of me. Okay. That's how it became about.
Before we round up here, yeah. So what's next for you, bro? What's next?
I mean, obviously, next with me is obviously to settle down. You know how it is, settle down, buy a house. Australia is just like that. It's a system that, you know, it governs everyone to do that. But it's up to you if you want to do it or not. Obviously, I'm getting older, I ain't getting any more younger. So definitely to settle down and, you know, build family. You know, starting my own family.
Yeah,
my own family, you know. So yeah, that's the next thing for me. I mean, what else? I mean, you're working, you're making money, so let's just start your own family, to be honest.
Okay. Okay, before we call it a day, I ask all my guests my guests, what's Beyond the Shift?
It means a lot. It means a lot. You behind it means a lot to me, bro. I appreciate your friendship. I mean, every time you call me, I'm always there. Like I said, I always appreciate you. Our friendship isn't beyond, you know, I thought maybe once we finish school, we'll be done, you know, but when you're getting married, you invited me. When you're having a birthday for your son, I was there for you as well. So it's just more than friendship, bro. We are more like brother. I would say brothers now.
Yeah.
Brothers now, you know, so Beyond the Shift, like, bro, I appreciate what you're doing. You know, I see what you're doing, and yeah, man, I like it. I like what you're doing, bro. I appreciate it.
Nah, I appreciate
you for having me on. Yeah,
thanks,
I really do.
Man, really thanks for dropping by.
No. Anytime, bro. Anytime you need me, I'm always here.
Okay, no worries,
anytime, bro.
Oh, guys, we had the brother introduce himself, tell us his journey, his challenges. So, like I always say in this channel, we all go through different challenges in life.
Right.
But you just have to work your way to find your own way, you know?
True.
So don't give up in whatever you're doing. There is lights, as the people normally say, at the end of the tunnel.
There's always a light.
Even if you drive slow or you drive fast, like what he said, you're going to come to a certain point, you're going to stop.
You're going to stop, yeah.
So if you have to stop, have a break, then reconnect yourself again. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on that bell. Just like the way this guy normally speed with the truck. So whenever I upload, you will get notified. Until next time, I'm Eric. This is Beyond the Shift. Peace out.